Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and you're watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting technical video. And this is the fourth video of our newly created technical series ServiceNow Developer. So in my last video, we have understood a very important server-side API which is the GlideRecord. I have explained you what is GlideRecord, why we need to use GlideRecord, how it is replacing the structured query language which is the SQL, and how easily we can use the API and different methods, although we have discussed about few methods only. But we have understood that how useful the GlideRecord API is. Also, I've explained you by giving by writing the scripting how different things are working. So in today's video, we would go further and we would see different methods that are available for GlideRecord API, right? So you can see this is a part one video because in the next part also I will continue this because there are so many methods available in GlideRecord API. So I'm going to show you actually at the end of the class that how you can learn about all those methods. But we are not going to learn here all those methods. We are going to deal with all the important methods that you are going to use a lot while doing the any server-side scripting like business tools, script include. So I've divided it in two videos because I don't want to be the video become 25-30 minutes and you become bored, right? That's why I divided it. There is a small request when I'm writing the method and show you how it is reflecting on table, how different method helping us. Please practice the same in the PDI so that you can also gets a hands-on experience. And remember that in development, in any kind of development, until you do it by yourself, you won't get any knowledge. If you're watching my video now and not practicing, you'd forget it later. That happens, right? So make sure you're following me with my PDI, right? So let's go to my PDI and let's start the class. All right, so this is my personal developer instance. So quickly I will go to the background script. So again, quick message, if you are not seeing your background script like this, the black one, and also not able to see all this glide record and all these things are not coming, all this API and detail, all this class details, right? So you are not using the plugin of VS Studio Code. Again, in my JavaScript series, ServiceNow and JavaScript series, there is a video where I actually explain how you can use the Visual Studio Code plugin inside of ServiceNow so that it becomes like this, right? It is very, very helpful, guys. You should try it. All right. So now what I want to do is that, so actually we already know. So let's write the thing where gr equal to new glide record. So I'm writing GR, which stands for GlideRecord in short. Actually, I won't recommend you to write the same, but you always try to practice when you are working for your client or maybe in any project. You always write the variable name that you can that tells something, right? So that is pointing to something. So previously in the previous example, I was showing you incident record. So it was identifying that this variable is taking the incident, it's the object from the glide record class where the table is the incident, something like that, right? But to save some time, honestly, I'm using the gr. Again, I'm not suggesting it to use on the real world. So let me put the name incident. So I think you already know, I have already explained in the last video how this line is working. So I'm not going to explain it anymore. Please watch the last video. It is very, very important. And for the link you can find in the description and also you can find here on your screen. So if you're not understanding this line, why I have written, then go and watch the previous video to clear your concept, right? All right. So next we have used a query method, addQuery. This is one of the method of the object gr, right? And here we had write two parameter if you remember, where category was software, right? So that we have done. So let's do something this time new. So maybe I want to do short description. I want to see all the short description where there is an email word mentioned. Okay, so I'll write short description and then here I need to write the value. It's a string value. I will write in the comma. That's it. Gr.query, another method to execute the query. So again, you can add as many as that query method you want. And after that, you have to write gr.query because that's the line which execute the query. Okay. How I'm going to print it. So I told you that so if you are printing more than one records, then you have to use the loop. And in each iteration, it prints the record, right? So we have already used that. So while now again another method I'm going to use. So might be thinking like Pritam, there are so many methods, but trust me, these methods you would get remember while the more you practice, the more you will get remember all those things. That won't be an issue. But trust me, if there was no API or there is no methods like that, we have to do a lot of manual effort. And thanks to the ServiceNow developer who actually made our life so easy. So while gr.next, so this is a very important method. Okay, and then I want to print. So gs.info. So again, GS is the global object for the glide system API, right? I was telling you in the last day. This is also very powerful API, and this is one of the method that I'm using info to print the information in the in the output. But there are so many other methods that we would discuss in the glide system API video. So here I'm gonna just print the number again. So gr.number. So now GR has all the field access of the incident table. So if I run it, oh, there is nothing coming. Why it's that? Now I will open the incident table and I will show you in the filter. So list in capital. So I'm doing a filter actually. So where I'm checking where short description is email. Now, is there any short description which is email actually? So what do I mean by is email? So what do I mean by that? So if I write here short description and starts with not is, right? Short description is email. That's what I'm talking. If I run it, not add, actually run the query. So there is no short description which is only containing email. So you can see the filter is, so the operator is that we have written here. So it's like is, this is the operator, right? And this is the value. So there is no record where short description is only email is equal to email. That's what this line means. That's why there is no record, right? Now, how it will work? We know that we have to use contains or star email. Instead of equal email, we need to write star email. That I think this is a very basic admin stuff. And you see now we have 8 records here. So now how to do that? So in addQuery, generally you work with 2 parameters, but if you need to mention different operators other than equal to, because by default it takes equal to. So in the previous video also, while showing GlideRecord, I have given the category software, right? And it worked because it takes where category equal to software and it founds the record. But here we are trying to use that where short description will contain email word. That's what I want, not equal. So all I need to do is that I'm going to add option here contains. So this is the operator, this is a field, this is the operator, this is a value. If I run it, now I get all the incidents. So this is how it's important. And also the query method we have already discussed. I just mentioned all the importance of query method. So what is the next method is doing? So next method is just checking for the next record, whether it's available or not. So this loop will run till the last record, like this. Here is last record is 9005, this one. So after running this, the loop will stop and every time it will print the number. Okay, so we have understood 3 methods already: add query, query, and the next method. Now let's learn about some other method. Now here I can count the incident manually maybe, but maybe in some scenario you are not able to count it manually, but there are so many records and you should not do manually because ServiceNow is a tool of automation. So how can you think something manually, right? Now, how you can do that with the help of scripting? So, how you can check what are the number of rows available? Now, this is a very common question, I would say. Although in the future I have a plan to make ServiceNow development interview questions. So, trust me, this is one of the question that actually comes. That show me what are the active incident present or any kind of query like that, and then print the number of recorder coming. Okay, so in that scenario, what you need to do, I'm going to introduce you with another method, which is the getRowCount. I'm gonna, okay, no, I'm not gonna use it inside of loop. Okay, let me first show you what happen if I use this method inside of loop. gr.getRowCount, and here, that's it. Actually, I want to print it. So I started with gs.info. That's it. Let's close the bracket. And if I run it, so see, I'm getting the result 8, which is a row count, but every time it is printing because I have run the loop here, right? So that's a very common mistake. So I'm gonna cut it out and I'm gonna paste it here outside of the loop. Now if I run, you can see now it is coming as all the records and then the total count, total row count, right? So maybe I'm gonna mention it like this. So total record, so like this maybe, and if I run it, now it looks better. Total record 8. Okay, so this is another method, get row count. Next, we can see now, if I want to see, I was talking about that active incident, right? Interviewer asks that print what are the active incident present in any table, not only incident, here we are dealing with incident. So how you can print the active record? So you said, Pritham, it's very easy. So instead of this whole thing, we can simply write active, which is the field name, and which is the true. Sorry, true. It's a Boolean value. And now if I run the script, you see these are all the active records. Total record we have 40. Okay, fine. Now instead of this line, we have already a method defined by ServiceNow Developer, and that is very easy. That is the gr.addActiveQuery. That's it. You don't need to write anything. This addActiveQuery method will return only the active record in the table incident. So if I run the script, you see I'm only getting the active record. Again, the count is 40, so it's fine. Okay, so this is pretty cool, this method, addActiveQuery. Now, while we are talking about the query, so how about some complex query? You might be thinking, Pritham, inside of incident, if I go to filter, so I can do some complex query here, right? So for an example, maybe I want to see all the incident where caller is David Miller. Okay, and maybe let's do something more complex stuff. So I don't know, state is one of, maybe I'm not sure what are the states available. On hold, maybe in progress, on hold, resolve, one of them. Okay, and maybe active is also true. Let's add one more thing. Maybe run this record first. Let's see how many records we are getting. We are not getting any record. See. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna close the state. Okay, now I'm getting, actually David Miller has 4 records and every record state is new actually. So let me change some record state here. So maybe I'll make it in progress and I'm gonna make this one as on hold. I'll again apply the filter and state is one of, new, in progress, on hold. Now if I run it, it is coming the 4 records, right? Now this is quite a complex query in term of scripting, because we need to write 3 times add query, and then we need to put the condition like where active is equal to true, or maybe we can use the active query, add active query, this method that we have learned just now. And also the caller, we have to provide David Miller, and it's quite actually difficult to provide the caller name that I'm going to show you in a minute. But to solve this thing, what we are going to do is that we are going to apply another very powerful method that you are going to use a lot, which is the addEncodedQuery. So all we need to do, gr dot add encoded query. So in here you can write the full query in a string. So I'll go here in the incident and I can copy the query. You just need to go to the last breadcrumb result, right click, copy query. That's it. I'm gonna paste it here and it's quite long. That's it, but it doesn't matter it's quite long or not, because I'm just using it, I'm just copy and paste. So run the script and you can see I'm getting the 4 records. This is a very powerful method, guys. So you make complex query and then you can just use it with the help of add encoded query, right? I hope this clears the concept. Now we would see another very important thing. So maybe I was doing it as add active query. So let's go back to that. So gr dot add active query. Okay, I'm seeing all the active result. So incident, so that is the count is 40. Now what I'm going to do is here, maybe what I want to do is I want to now, so I don't want to see all the records here. Maybe I want to limit the record, the visibility of the record count. So maybe I want to make it as 5, or I want to see 10 records here. So I can do that with another method of the GlideRecord, which is the setLimit. So gr.setLimit. Okay, setLimit. Yeah, and I need to just give the number of records I want to see. So maybe I'm going to see 10 records. So run the script and you can see I'm only getting 10 records, not more than 10 records. Even the total count is 10. So that's how you can limit the count of the record which is printing. Another useful method. Okay, so let's do one more method before ending the video, because like I said, I don't want to make it boring. So maybe we're gonna deal with the order by, ascending and descending. Let's play with that stuff. So now maybe instead of that, 10 records, let's make it 5. Otherwise, it would become quite, uh, you know, congested. So 5, and I want to see the short description, not the number. So I want to see the short description field. So that's it. I'm gonna run the script here. And you can see I'm able to see all the short description, but I want to see it on the ascending order. So what I need to do is that after set limit, I'm gonna add another method, which is the orderBy. And by default, orderBy will execute the ascending order. So if I run the script, you can see it is ascending order. Did it change anything? Okay, actually I need to mention the name here, name of the field. I mean, in which field I'm doing the order, right? So it is the short description. So I've not mentioned it anywhere. That's why it did not work. So short description, that's it. I'm going to run the script. Now you see it is coming as this A, then C, I mean, ascending order, right? So if I just make it the order limit 10, so you'll be able to understand it. Okay, now if I want to just do the opposite, that is the descending order, all I need to do it order by, just add DSC here, and if I run the script, and you can see now it is doing the descending order, right? Now let's quickly do one more method. Like I said, there are so many methods and so many will be pending in the next video. So again, the next video also I don't want to make it boring. So let's do one more, that is the addNotNullQuery. So suppose I want to print all the incident where there is no short description. So suppose you are in your doing your project work. So your manager has asked, I want to know which are the incident where maybe the category field is not filled up, or maybe short description is not filled up, anything like that. With scripting you have to identify it, right? Maybe you feel like all this thing what I'm doing, some of the things we can do it also with by using the filter. But guys, this scripting what we were learning is not for the background script what we are doing here actually. So here we are learning about the different methods what you can apply actually where in the business rule, in the server side scripting, like script include other places like UI action, and we will do all this thing with scenario based. And there I don't want you to come back again and again to this video to learn about all these methods. So it's time to learn now, and later you will execute it in the scenario based situation. And this is also a practice. You are using the method, you are knowing that how this method actually works, right? So quickly I'm going to show you add query or add not null query. Add null query, add not null query. So here I'm going to remove the order by, and let's not put set limit as well. So what I want is that gr dot add null query all the record where short description is not filled up, or maybe short description is a mandatory field actually. So I'm gonna put description is not filled up. Okay, and I want to see their numbers, gr dot number. Okay, so if I run this script, there is some error. I have typed gg or some. Oh, here we go. Run script, and you see there are three records altogether where there is missing description. So maybe I want to see what is the short description of those records. So maybe I'll just give a space here, and then gr dot like this, and if I refresh it, you can see okay, these are the record ATF test 2 assessment ATF where description field is empty, right? I can do the opposite by using add not null query, where it will show me actually all the records which is containing information which is not null, right? So I'm going to run it, and you can see all this incident. So maybe I'll just remove the short description, it's quite congested again. Okay, no plus. All right, run the script, and you see I'm getting 37 records because 3 records where description was missing. So again there was a math, so 37 record would be here where short description is filled up. So let's end this video here. We have learned few different methods, but in the next video we will learn more complex, more different method, and we will see how we can create record from the background script, how we can update record, even delete records also, right? And many other methods. So if you have any doubt in the comment section, let me know. Don't forget to like the video and share with your friends and subscribe my channel. Bye bye. See you in my next video. Take care.